So this is funny. If you missed what we learned today at the end of the show, we were talking about the fact that Des took her very first Uber ride ever, I think, by herself.
Yes.
And it was straight chaos. And then we discovered, we were making fun of it on there, and we discovered that she was actually listening in the Uber while we were making fun of her.
And you know it wasn't on the radio.
No, she asked him to change it, I bet.
Oh, did she?
I would assume.
She said the app was working great. So she turned on the app because she couldn't miss the last break of the show. And so she's got it blaring in the back of this dude's Uber. And she's like,
she put
this
in
guy
headphones.
can't
Maybe
drive.
she put in headphones.
This guy can't drive. I don't like the way this guy drives. And he's probably like, got it. Let me slow down for you. I'd be like, cool. Pump the brakes. Let me make sure you get there nice and safe to your flight.
That's really
so
funny.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
What in the hell?
God. I'm like, it's such a Des thing to not know how to use the actual Uber app. And she like, how many times did she ask me? She was like, I always love helping her. I don't care about that. It's just more funny because I'm like,
you know what's wild to me? This is why people your generation, Brooks, make fun of us, is because we don't know how to use things as older people. I can remember my very first time using Uber, and it was an epic fail. It was my old co-host and I. So we're talking 2011, 12 maybe.
Yeah, I'm trying to think when Uber is really. Yeah, it was about that time.
I know because I know what it was because I wasn't even with Marie yet. We've been together for 11 years. Oh, because I was with my ex because I was like, oh, there's this new thing where you can just on your phone request a ride like a cab and somebody's random car picks you up. But my friend and I were at a bar in Chicago. We're down there for morning show boot camp. All these radio morning shows get together and everything. We're at a random bar, right? We wanted to go back to the hotel. So the guy I worked with, he's like, oh, there's this new app and watch. You can just request and look, a car will be here any minute. Car pulls up and we get in the back seat and we're like, okay. And he's like, we're going to this destination. And the guy goes, you know, the hotel you're going to is across the bridge, right? And I go, what? He goes, this ride will be less than 30 seconds.
Right.
I'm like, we had no idea. I mean, we were drunk and didn't know how close we were to the hotel, but the guy's like, I mean, if you're going to use Uber, we probably should go further than 35 feet. We're like, oh. So that was my first experience in an Uber, was like literally across a bridge.
He's like, this is great. I'm going to get paid for this. But like, I know people who don't, and I'm sure there's stuff I don't know about Uber too, but like some people I took a ride share with before didn't know that you could literally split it. In between, like, oh, you're dropping off at point A, you're dropping off at point B, I'm going to point C. You can do all that. I think it's just because we knew how to do it right away. But that's why I told Des, she struggles with Venmo. Sometimes she'll be like, am I sending
She doesn't have one. It's Taylor's.
Yeah,
Venmo Taylor.
Exactly. I'm like, Taylor, you're almost hurting her more than you're helping her.
I have to defend her for a minute on that, is because if something happened to Marie, I'd be completely screwed. I don't even know actually.
Why don't you want to know it?
I
would just want to know it.
I do, but there's certain things I hate dealing with clerical things. And I know that sounds stupid to say my wife's my clerical person, but she loves that stuff. She loves getting into the bank accounts and knowing where we are with this and that. I don't care. I really don't. And she wants to do all the bills. She loves to know where we are. She likes to overpay on bills. So our mortgage is always, getting paid more. My car payment's always getting paid more. She loves to do that stuff. And I'm like, I don't care. And I don't want to do it. If her and I ever broke up and divorced and did all that stuff, I would have to hire a company to do it for me because I never want to go back to doing it.
Dude, Ryan, who was here before you, 1,000%, he did all of that. Right?
Yeah.
To the point where he and his husband, Vaughn, would have daily meetings about what these words were and what the numbers were for the safe.
Well, they're safe words. That's different.
Well, there's different safe words.
I know. I'm like,
but like their safe combo and stuff like that, he would have to like practice all of it because Vaughn was like, I don't know any of it. If you die, I'm screwed. I don't have anything. Like everything is locked away. And so they'd have to go through it over and over again. There's so many things that Brooks has walked in and that I've been trying to do. And he's like, dude, what are you doing? And I make it 10 times harder than I need to. But that's just a generation getting older and the new generation going, what do you not know how to use an Uber?
It's also ultimate trust. Like literally if Marie wanted to take every dime I have one day, she could take it all and there'd be nothing I could do about it.
I'll tell you what, though. I could use someone like that.
Right?
I could, that is one reason why, maybe I should actually settle down and stuff just so I can get somebody to manage my finances. I'm so bad with money.
I wasn't
awful.
Terrible with money. I just didn't care as much as I do now. Marie has made me care more.
Sure.
Well,
that's the other thing. That's the other part. I'm just like, I don't know.
Speaking of getting in relationships with people, I saw this and I thought this was perfect since it's only the three dudes here. I want to give you guys relationship advice. Did you know that on TikTok, and I know you're a TikTok person way more than Crisco and I, Brooks, did you know right now it's trending on TikTok that women are saying that men that order meat on their pizza, it's a red flag in a relationship now?
Why?
They're saying it's selfish if you're willing to kill an animal, and you're willing to kill yourself because you're clogging your arteries with the meats they use on top of pizzas and everything. They said try
grilled
a vegetable.
chicken?
I would never need to add meat to my pizza again, and the clogged arteries were already there.
I just thought it was very, very telling for you, Crisco. If you go on a date, you love pizza. Like if you sat down and you went to Carboni's and you got yourself the Crisco special there.
Thank you.
That'd be a wild flex on a first date.
It's got bacon and pepperoni.
Look at that.
Would you?
Should we get the
I would never
Crisco
order
special?
it.
You are so full of shit. I'm going to say the S word on here
How
because
dare
you would for
I would
sure. Look at you.
never.
Look in the camera and say you would never.
I do, right there. I would never do it because here's the thing. I already am on an uphill battle if people know that I'm Crisco.
I won't even make eye. I'm looking at Brooks. I don't believe a word he's saying.
No, I 100% wouldn't, because here's why I wouldn't do it. I already struggle if I'm like, yeah, I'm Crisco from KS95. They're like, first of all, I look like an a-hole immediately. Who does that in radio anymore?
Me. I always did.
No, you didn't.
Always.
You did back when radio was like the cool
Do you know who
thing.
you're going on a date with today?
I hate when people ask what you do.
It's because then I'm always just like
Like
I'm in
you don't know is
broadcasting.
what I say.
I just say, I'm like, oh, I work in radio.
See, and I always say broadcasting, and then they always
Oh,
want
that's
to know
good.
more. I'm like
I say-
broadcasting.
But that's also too vague where they're going to
Yeah.
ask more.
I say
too.
marketing because nobody wants to know. They're like, oh, you're in
there
marketing.
you go.
I don't want to know.
I collect fecal samples.
And it's
It
like,
just seems that's a job. They'd be like, yeah, that checks out. Yeah,
And-
never mind, we're good.
and it's one of those things where it's like, I know I should answer legitimately because, hey, what if it's a good networking opportunity, or whatever? Like, maybe you get a new listener out of it. But
We should be proud of what we do and not ashamed of it.
no,
and
it's
not
not
us
even
bragging.
a shame. It's just,
You're right,
just
though.
then the million questions like, oh, can you give me a shout out or
Absolutely.
Tickets. It's always tickets. Everybody
Yeah.
thinks
What do
that
I
we
get
just
out of
have
it?
a ton of...
yeah, right.
You had such a quick answer for that. I 1,000% believe you said that at one point in your life. Somebody's like, can I get tickets? What do I get for it?
It's got to be
Holy
mutually
crap.
beneficial. Mutually beneficial.
Yeah, you just
We
said
already
that off
talked
air.
about that. Wait, that's not what I'm asking for. Am I mutually beneficial?
Okay, so let's take it back for a second. You're going on a first date, and you choose the restaurant, Crisco, and we know you only choose one of three restaurants, and Carboni's is the top two.
What are the other two?
There's no other
two?
ones.
Oh, got it.
It's
It's just the
Carboni's.
top two. Got it.
So
Okay.
you meet at Carboni's on Randolph, and you sit down with Gertrude, and she's a lovely young lady.
Lovely Gertrude.
Lovely young lady.
Gertrude.
Well, she's an older
She's
lady.
definitely not younger if she's Gertrude.
And she says, everything looks good on this menu. What should I get? And you're like, well, I don't know.
Maybe how about like just spitballing? Maybe pepperoni.
Should I let her pick it?
breakfast
and be like,
bacon
this
and
Crisco
pineapple?
special looks really good. I just think that sounds perfect.
Just say the
Two,
toppings.
please. I mean, I did order for our boss, so it wouldn't be weird to be like, I'd take 2 Crisco specials, one for me and one for the road. Thank you.
So weird and uncomfortable. He'll say what he wants to say about it, Brooks. It was so... You can
Was
tell
it
even
really
Chris was
that weird? I mean, I get it. He made a comment about it. He clearly was just like, oh.
Chris is holding the menu, and he's like, I'll take it. And then Crisco over here goes, he'll have the juicy
Was
nookie.
it weird? I've never thought
He wants,
anything weird about
he wants
it.
cheese on top of it, though, because, the cheese will come out of the middle sometimes, and he wants the cheese on top. And then he'd like grilled onions. I know you can get raw and grilled, but he'd like grilled onions, and Chris goes, I guess that's what I'm getting. I've never been demasculinized like that, but...
And I guess I truly, I don't think I've ever ordered for anybody before in my life. So I just was like, I want this to be perfect.
No.
Has he done it for you?
Have I done it for you?
Yeah.
When did I order for you? Oh, maybe I have a problem and I didn't even know it.
At the Lookout, Twin City 10 Mile.
To be fair,
You
you
were
weren't
delirious.
there yet, and you were delirious, and I was trying to get a bunch
You were
of
taking the
table
lead.
stuff. Yeah, I just took the lead.
You were taking the lead. I'm not mad. I was totally great with it. I don't
know.
I'm not.
And technically, I give
I
Des
don't feel
crap for it.
confident in anything in my life except for ordering food.
And canceling an order. I give Des crap for last week when we went out to lunch that she and Crisco canceled my order on me.
Yeah, but dude, I still don't get that one. I'm gonna paint the picture for you. Place we go to, great. Okay, can't say it's great on all aspects, but it was great in
The
certain.
camaraderie and the drinks are great. The food,
the food, a little pricey, a little over the top, whatever. We went one time and he ordered wings with a certain sauce. We left the building that day, Brooks, and he goes, dude, some of the worst wings I've had. I wasn't a big fan. I don't think I would ever order them again. We went back a week later. We went through the whole process of me figuring out what sandwich Des is going to demolish of mine that she was going to give me bites of. Get it, and then what does he do? He orders the exact same wings with the exact same sauce, and me and Des both go, well, no, don't cancel it, but you did not like those. And we were trying to be cool. We were trying to be
he was trying to
quiet.
walk away, and she was like, they both like, no, he doesn't want that.
No, did you order the same by mistake, or were you trying to give it another chance?
It was by mistake. Cause I was like, did I get that sauce last time? And they're both like, yes. And even the waiter's like, yeah, you had that same sauce last week.
Sure.
But there was a guy that was sitting next to us, and the whole reason I got him originally, his wings looked great. Mine did not look as good. So I was like, let me give it another chance. And that being said, also, you can attest to this, Crisco. We go out to eat a lot. I am the creature of habit. I get 4 different things. Like Crisco, in his defense, will read the whole menu. He will look at everything and he'll be like, oh, that sounds so good. That sounds so good.
I just like to try different things.
Dude, you know me. I get 3 different things.
That's my brother.
I look at it, but then I end up resulting
going back to the same thing.
Yeah, oh man, when we, I'm sorry to go off a tangent, but the when we were in Denver, and like I said, we have a discount at the hotel bar, so we just eat there the whole time, and they had the wings were awesome, and we had the margarita flatbread awesome. That's every single meal I got.
That's all you got.
I didn't get anything else.
Well, you guys don't notice too. I think I get food shy or food anxiety in restaurants too. When we were in Nashville, we went to Hattie B's. Remember we did that challenge thing. That's the only thing I ate that day.
That was
we go to a restaurant.
We went to that one place, or did you not eat at that place?
I didn't order. I didn't order. I had bites. I get food anxiety, and I don't know why.
Sucked.
But see, I'm weird like that too because I like to order different stuff, but I'm also a creature of habit. I know what I like. Like I can go to any place and know that their club sandwich is probably going to be pretty damn good. But I like to try different things because I went to I've only been there one time. I think it's called Andiamo. They have one in St. Paul now, but they're in Eagan. And it's just this Italian restaurant. And I think I tried one of their regular dishes one time. And this last time I was like, man, I really like risotto. And they have it's got bacon and peas and scallions and all this stuff. And I was like, it's like a mushroom risotto. And I was like, I'm going to try it. Dude, I would never get anything else there ever again. It was so good. It was so good. And that's what I'm looking for when I try to branch out. If I'm like, ooh, let's try it. If it's not good, you only do it one time, you move on. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, it wasn't my favorite, but whatever. Des is crippling anxiety over a menu because she wants everything. And Wes is definitely a creature of habit because even when it's we go to certain places and they have BOGO deals and Wes will be like, no, I'm going to just do traditional. That's what I want. And I'm like, but you're going to save more money by doing it this way. Nope, I just want the traditional.
Hey, you know what? We've said this before, but on boneless day there,
not good.
They ain't it.
No,
but
no.
Other days, great.
I think they save the not as quality.
Yeah,
for
not
the
as quality.
Good deal days,
They're rushed. They're not even completely coated in sauce sometimes.
Right.
And it's not ever because they're super busy. You know what I mean? It's not like you go in there and there's 37 tables slammed with BOGO boneless. You're just kind of it's pretty much our table, 3 dudes at the bar, and then 1 person over here.
Right.
And they're not even ordering. They got a burger.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you're kind of do you just I wonder if they sift through them and get all the tiniest ones and those are for BOGO.
Guarantee they do it.
Yeah. Because it's a cost-effective thing. You're going to get, I bet you they're way busier at night than they are during the day. Because we've also been there when they were slammed, and you were like, damn, dude, there are so many people here.
Right.
If you're all getting
before
them,
a Gopher hockey game.
Oh yeah.
Insane, yeah.
Yeah. Boy.
So this person's running for some sort of office in Texas, you said?
Yeah, this is just kind of funny. I think they started it off as a joke because I guess back in 2024, somebody did this. They legally changed their name to literally anybody else. And they did it to run for president in 2024. Well, now somebody else is taking it on. A 37-year-old man went to the courthouse, legally changed his name to literally anybody else. And now they're running for mayor in Texas, but he isn't planning on fundraising or spending much money on the campaign, so clearly he's doing it as a joke and a gimmick. But that's a lot of commitment to go legally change your name.
For a bit.
For a bit to be like, guys, that's right, I'm up for mayor in Texas right now.
But not to put any politics on this. Oh, my God, touching all this crap over here.
Oh, no, what happened?
All these stupid lights that have been
Doesn't he have an office for that?
Yeah, you would
what does
think
he have
so.
Lights for?
They were some sort of lights that they lit up when they were, I don't know what, honestly, I don't know what they're for, but I get my foot tangled all the time.
Yeah.
Not to put politics into that, but say Donald Trump could run again. If somebody put not Donald Trump and changed their name to that, don't you think they would get millions of votes across the nation? Because that's what people are like, anybody but him. So if you did that, think about it. You could probably win.
Right now,
just
with that
literally
thing.
Anybody else could actually win.
I think that would just help Donald Trump if that happened.
You think so?
Yeah, because those are votes that wouldn't be going
to the other side. Yeah.
But that person would be running on the other ticket, though. I mean, that would be the thing.
Yeah, but when Kanye ran, everyone was like,
if they were the nominee.
That's what I'm saying. If you could get there,
Could you imagine it's Donald Trump versus literally anybody else?
That'd be
it's
great.
neck and neck now. Oh, my God.
Do you ever do write-ins like for your votes, though?
I usually do Crisco KS95
do you really?
for the Minnesota ones just to be funny. And I'm like, God, one of these days it's going to trigger. And I'm going to, because it's always in like the judge ones that they're not running against anybody. And most people probably don't fill them out. Knowing my luck, I'd be like, crap.
I always hate when you have to vote for something you know nothing about.
Dude, I don't even do
like
it
it's
sometimes.
school board, whatever. And I'm like, I don't know. Like at this point, my kids are old, they're adults, they're all out of school and everything, and I have to vote for something in Maple Grove. And I'm like, probably should have done my homework on this, and I didn't.
I like to write.
Now, who do I vote for? You know?
I'll write like the most like ridiculous names. I'll either make them up. I might do an adult film star.
I do it for players. I do it for players I don't want on the teams anymore. I was like, JJ McCarthy for president.
Oh.
Get him another job.
Did you see that there was a story that came out that everyone's on board with the Vikings taking Kyler Murray, including JJ McCarthy? He's like, no, dude, I'm fine. Get somebody else in here. Let's try to figure out a winning situation so that everybody stops hating me. If that's true, could you imagine the dude's verbally beaten down so much by his teammates? Somebody went off yesterday. Not to get all sportsy either, but somebody went off. They showed a replay clip of Harrison Smith walking off the field in his final game at US Bank Stadium.
He's going to play again this year, isn't he?
Is he going to play again?
He might.
I thought, again,
I think we have to find out by the 15th.
Okay.
CJ Ham does
That
his kind of
done.
curtain call, and he's like, oh, I'm saying goodbye and waving. And they said, if you look, JJ McCarthy steps right in front of the camera 2 or 3 different times, hyping him up. And I'm like, I think the guy is just
and
wanting
putting
to hype
the
him
crown
up.
on his
and
head.
he's putting the crown, and they're like, he
I
took the entire moment. And they said, if you read the body language, he never acknowledges JJ McCarthy one time, but every other player, he's like,
that honestly,
nuts. Like, cut him off.
Between him getting hurt that game and or just like exiting himself out of the game or whatever,
that lost a lot.
And then
of fanfare.
that kind of, that was the non like playing thing that kind of sealed the deal for me, where I was like, man, I want to give him a chance. Oh man, he's like, there's some like really good charismatic things to him, and that just
Imagine if all of our jobs worked the way that works, though.
Oh, it's so
2
sad.
years into being here at KS95, if they just were like, oh, with that guy over there at K452 radio station, we would really like him. I heard that they might be done with him. Let's bring him over, and we're kind of sick of Wes. We could just replace him like that. If you just knew openly that people are like headhunting,
that it was out in the open. Like that.
You're like, wow.
Well,
okay, F all of you. I'm out of here.
For a job that's all confidence driven,
right.
You've basically kicked the confidence out of the kid. Even if he was the most confident guy in the world, which I don't think he ever was. I mean, even when he played for Michigan, he had
the whole 9 thing was a little.
Back. He really did not do himself any favors. He really did not. He has set himself up to go down this rabbit hole. But the problem is, he was trying to do something in that moment by naming himself 9 and being like, I have an alter ego and I'm tough. And he was trying to do it. All he did is make more people go, yeah, dude, you're not it. You're not number 9. Now you're just a joke meme that's run across the board. And I'm like,
it's being used for like politics now.
Everything.
Everything. Crazy.
That's when
We were talking. What were we talking about on the air today? Something about you walked into work and that I think Des said that she had started at a radio station and the guy was getting let go or something that day, and she walked in and she was like, well, this is awkward. But then somebody else said that they showed up to work and nobody in management knew that she was starting that day, and it was just a whole cluster, and they knew it was bad. I had the same situation before I started here. I was a district manager at Domino's, and I had like 5 different Domino's under my nose. I had 5 different Domino's under my management, that I managed. But there was one that was not mine, but it was close to one of mine, and they were like, hey, I think we're going to get rid of the GM there, but we might need somebody to run it for a month. Would you go work at that one for a month and run that one? And I'm like, okay. So I walk in there that day, and the manager was such a D to me, and he's like, who are you now? And I'm like, oh, I'm Wes. And he's like, okay, what are you here for? And I'm like, I'm just here to help. And he's like, yeah, I don't know anything about this, so, do you know what you're doing? I'm like, yeah, I pretty much know what I'm doing. And he's like, I mean, I'll find somewhere for you. This is, I'm going to have to call somebody. This is stupid. And I'm like, okay, cool.
The whole time you're like this.
I'm going to also be standing here when they fire you because I'm taking over your job. But it was like, man, you never know in a situation who's going to what somebody was doing. Like, I was always called undercover boss there because people, as soon as I walked in, they're like, "Oh, undercover boss is here," because we know he's connected to somebody.
I mean,
you just walked in
like
with nobody
manager.
knows.
You like if you walked into my Domino's, which by the way, that tagline. The first time I heard the dumb, nose, I was like, God, that's so dumb. Like, what
so
is catchy,
good, though.
But it catches you
catchy.
after like the third time. I was like, dumb, my nose, damn it. But no, I just like if I saw you walk in, I'd be like, oh, I'm getting fired. Like if I was a manager at Domino's, or if I was sitting at that Domino's, I'd be like, if a younger person came in, I'd be like, what are you doing? I don't know anything about it. Not that you'd want to be a jerk. But if I saw somebody who was like my age or older, I'd be like, oh.
It's like my second day ever with the company. And I walked into one and this girl goes, crosses her arm and just stares at me. And I'm like, what's up? And she goes, who are you connected to? You're an undercover boss. I know. I ain't stupid. You're an undercover boss. I'm like, I'm not an undercover boss. She's like, that's what an undercover boss would say.
And the whole time,
did you have the beard? They probably thought.
Oh, no, you had to take your beard off.
Oh, yeah, I guess I don't like
you can't have any facial hair
pizza.
there. You couldn't show tattoos either, which
so the CEO did have a beard.
Yeah.
Who's really inside a Domino's? Like, don't you either get it delivered or just run in quick and grab it? I wouldn't be like, God, that Domino's guy has tattoos. I don't want, or that lady has
You ever
tattoos.
been into a busy one?
Oh, I've seen him slammed.
No,
but
you'll
I'm
have like 15 people working in
do
those.
you really care about somebody having tattoos making your pizza? I don't really care.
I think it was just, it's probably an old school like thing that when they were Dominick's, which by the way, that's what it was before Domino's. It was Dominick's.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I just remember when they were like cardboard and they changed their recipe and it changed them forever. Like
Now
that
the
has to be
number
one
one-
of the greatest 180s
That was
in pizza
that
history.
whole.
They knocked out Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut was always the number one fast food pizza place, and Domino's knocked them out. And I think that's what did it all. And now it's not even close.
That rebrand, that was one of the best, like, marketing, everything.
I don't think I've ever seen one work better. Truly.
I bought in, and I remember, like...
Jimmy John's has been pretty successful for a fast food sandwich place that hasn't been around.
Consistently successful, though.
But they're also, I think they're starting to take a dip.
Are they?
Because their whole bit was freaky fast.
Right.
And then when COVID hit, and then it was hard to find labor after that. They're not freaky fast anymore. So now they've been kind of pivoting. They used to always, again, this is my observations. This is not factual at all, so I might be totally wrong. But like their whole thing was, our sandwiches are so good they don't need to be toasted. Well, now they're toasting
and
them.
now they're toasting them, which I'm like, dude, I'm going to pick Jimmy John's pretty much every single time.
Yeah,
I
love
Jersey Mike's every time.
Jimmy John's is elite, but
it's just funny the taglines that we get so used to, because that was my thing when I had to, because I always had to fill in, as a district manager, I had to do different jobs. So I had to deliver sometimes. And people would be like, that wasn't 30 minutes or less. And I'm like, it's also not 2002.
Right.
I was like, they're like, wait, what? I'm like, 30 minutes or less has not been a thing since the early 2000s. I hate to break it to you. It's been 20 years.
Extremely risky for the drivers because people
I think that's why they stopped doing it.
They had to insurance-wise because people you would drive, like, because we had a Domino's right, they're still there, but where I grew up, that Domino's is just down the road. You would see Domino's cars flying like 85 miles an hour just to avoid giving a free pizza. Well, now they were like, why don't we stop that? And we do loyalty by if you buy pizzas, we'll just give you pizzas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like if you do that. And so
rewards,
it changed it changed the
What
whole
was the other
thing.
thing?
They always change the game. Like, this is not an infomercial for Domino's, but
But it's going to make me get it today. I'll tell you that much.
The fact that they were like one of the first, if not the first, for online ordering, pizza tracker. I mean, things that are so common now.
Well, because you know why? They didn't allow DoorDash and Uber Eats and all that at first. So they could keep track. They could control it all in-house. Well, now they made a deal with Uber Eats.
But that was even before Uber Eats and stuff. Pizza Tracker is like 15 years old.
You know what the funny thing is, too? We had put all the Domino's drivers through
older, I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But you had to put them all through this training. And it was like, if anybody wants to rob you, because the number one thing that people want to rob is pizza delivery guys. I'm like, that is so 2002 too. Nobody pays in cash anymore. You know what a Domino's delivery driver doesn't have on them? Cash.
Contactless. It's contactless for the most part.
Right.
No.
They don't have any money on them.
No. And by the way, what did come and go as fast as it arrived was the robot cars. Remember that was the whole thing?
I saw one in person.
But they always try, though.
They try.
Domino's Pizza Tracker, invented and launched in January of 2008.
That's great.
First of its kind.
Dude, I'm going to have to see what that looks like today. That just sounds good, those damn dots.
We started and ended with pizza, by the way. Did we notice that?
I mean, that's a win.
What was the start?
That eating meat on pizza.
Oh, yeah,
Would you not order meat? Not to keep it going. I'm just
kidding.
I'm like, dude,
Order
if
your
you're going to
pizza
say,
then.
like, could you imagine the guy could be perfect, the girl could be perfect, and you go, You ordered sausage and pepperoni.
Yeah, and
I'm
you
gonna
ordered
check,
sausage
please.
too.
Thank you. No, I don't think
Wait,
they did.
what?
They're like, we're actually going to go vegan free. That's going to be fine for me.